Steinway used to build an action that responded faster than the one they build today, a real patented mechanical advantage. And the reason they stopped has nothing to do with the design failing. It's because of a decision about which factory gets to make the call. Welcome to Living Pianos. Robert Esser here. Today, the real story of Steinway's accelerated action, a fast responding action Steinway patented and built only in one place, and how a factory decision, not a performance problem, is why it doesn't exist anymore. Here's the piece of this story most players never hear. Steinway's accelerated action was built exclusively in the New York factory. Hamburg never built it. Hamburg's Grands have always used action supplied by Renner, a German action, and with its own long respected history. But for decades, a Steinway action didn't actually mean one single thing. It meant the New York-built action had the accelerated action, or a Hamburg piano running Renner parts, depending on which factory your piano was built. Now here's what actually happened. A few years ago, Steinway shut down the action production line inside the New York factory, the one facility on earth that had ever built the accelerated action. And around that same period, Steinway made a corporate move that changed everything. They acquired Renner outright. That's right, Steinway owns Renner. Once Steinway owned Renner, the decision was straightforward from a corporate standpoint. Unify the action supply across both factories, New York and Hamburg, onto Renner. One action supplier, one set of tolerances, one training standard for technicians worldwide. Instead of maintaining two completely different in-house action programs on two continents. That's not a story about the accelerated action failing, technically. It's a story about a company owning its own supplier and deciding one factory proprietary design didn't survive the consolidation. Let me show you what was actually on the table when that decision got made. Feel how quickly that note has to reset and repeat. That's exactly what the accelerated action was designed to do better than a standard action. For advanced repertoire like Chopin's Etude in double thirds, certain Scriabin passages, or the Scarlatti Sonata passage you just heard, that patented design gave New York-built Steinways a genuine edge in exactly this kind of playing. It wasn't a marketing claim, it was a real mechanical difference, and it's gone now because of a supply chain decision, not because it stopped working. By the way, this is exactly the kind of decisions that never gets explained to the public. A factory closing an internal production line and a supplier acquisition quietly erasing a patented performance advantage. If you want more of these real under-the-hood breakdowns of how Steinway's manufacturing decisions actually work, subscribe. This is part of a current run of Steinway model history videos. There's a lot more of this coming. Here's why this matters beyond piano action specifically. This happens constantly when a large company acquires one of its own suppliers. Standardization always wins over preserving a proprietary advantage that only existed in one part of the business. For example, a car company buys a parts supplier and retires an in-house design. Or a watchmaker acquires a movement manufacturer and phases out a boutique complication. The public story is always, we simplified our supply chain. But, the real story is that a genuinely superior, harder to replicate design got traded for consistency. And almost nobody outside the company ever hears about that trade. So if you're a serious player chasing repetition speed and touch response, and you come across an older New York-built Steinway known to have the accelerated action, that's a genuinely different instrument from anything Steinway builds today. Not better across the board necessarily, but mechanically distinct in a way that matters for fast, repeated note playing. Test it with real repertoire, not a slow melodic line, and you'll feel exactly what got standardized away. By the way, that's another one of the Steinway model history breakdowns. More in the works: Model C, Model A, Model D concert grant, now the accelerated action. And once again, if this honest inside the industry piano content is useful to you, subscribe. Have you ever played an older Steinway with the accelerated action? Could you feel the difference? Let me know in the comments here at livingpianos.com or on YouTube. I'm Robert Estrin at livingpianos.com. Where else? We're your online piano store. Thanks for joining me.